Well, this thing don't want to focus for shit, huh? Come on. Do what I want you to do. Or maybe not. Hey. All right, so let's take a quick talk about this thing. This is the Sonicake Pocket Master. And the most incredible thing about it that blows my mind is not only is this In Amp Modeler, not only can you use Neural Amp Modeler profiles, not Neural DSP, Neural Amp Modeler. You can load their amp models into this, and it's got a ton of effects. It's got Bluetooth to connect to your phone, so you can use the app to modify your presets. And it's this big. Yep, that's right. It's this big. This is the Sonicake Pocket Master. This thing is absolutely amazing. And it's $70, $68, something like that on Amazon. So if you take a look here, I have... Boom. Well, that's hidden underneath. I'm going to have to move that up here. Hold on. I don't know what happened to all my fucking shit, but whatever. There we go. That's better. But this is it here. This is the Pocket Master. Comes in two colors. It comes in gray or black. $64.99. Can be delivered same day, depending on where you live. These are the outputs. It's got a power via USB. Well, hold on. Let's try that again. It's got power via USB here. It's got USB so that you can update. You can load your own impulse responses. All included. It's got a baby looper in it. Built-in tuner. The drum machine is literally a what do you call it? It's a it's just a metronome really. USB audio interface. So this uses USB and can plug directly into your DAW. Nine effects modes, over 100 high quality effects. As you can see, I purchased this just the other day. So literally, well, that's the size. Oh, and that's right. Look, it's powered on. I know what that is. It's powered on, and look. It's rechargeable. Lasts up to 4 hours. I did a test the other day, and I literally went 3 hours with it. Just jamming on the preset I have loaded right now. This is a preset I created. We'll take a look at it real quick. I'll show it to you guys. Let me just get this bad boy hooked back up. I'm not even going to hook up the power because we don't need it. So, as you can see here, we have my phone. Unfortunately, the camera won't focus any better than it is, but you get the idea. And as you can hear, it's in stereo as well. So the way I have it set up is I'm coming out of the phone jack with a stereo adapter into two cables that go into my interface, into a Y cable that goes into my interface, into two channels. But if you come over here to the amp module, you can see here, I don't know how many of these you can read, but you got a Brit, these are the clean amps. You got a Tweed Deluxe, Bassman normal, a Dark Twin, a Vox, and a Roland Jazz Chorus. You have the Dry amps, which are the Brit 45. a 50 JMP, a Brit 800, a Bassman, a Vox 30 watt, a Soldano SLO 100. You go to high gain, you'll get a diesel VHT, an Engel Fireball 120. There is a 5150. You have the Soldano 100, which is the lead channel. You have a California, looks like a Mark V. California Dual M. So I would, I'm not sure what that would be. Probably a rectifier. Engel Powerball. That's Flyman B1 Plus. I'm assuming that's a Friedman. And a Bogner Ecstasy. Plus you have bass amps. You have an Ampeg and a Vox bass amp. All included. So we go into the high gain amps. Give me a second. Let me just go here into my drive pedal. Turn that off real quick. And we're going to go into the IR section. And that undo my custom IR. You can see you have small cabinets. You have a Tweed 1x8. You have a Tweed 1x10. Variable 1x12. A Vox 1x12. A Tweed 2x12. A 212 cabinet. That's a double 2x12. Not sure what that is. Star. I'm assuming that's a Black Star 2x12. You have the Roland 2x12. And then you have a Brit Green 2x12. In the large cabinets, you have the Brit Green 4x12. Why can't I get this thing to focus? It's going to drive me crazy. It's going to drive me crazy. Please focus. You don't want to focus. Okay, fine, be that way. There's a diesel, an EVH, a Soldano, and a dual rectifier cabinet. And then you can load up to 5 of your own IRs. As you can see here, I have 5 IRs loaded. This is my 71 vintage Marshall cabinet that I did. This is my Constantine cabinet, which is a combination of the vintage 25 watt cabinet, and the EVH 2x12. I have a Legacy cabinet, Carbon Legacy. I have a Friedman 4x12, and I have an Aunt Peggy, which is the Ampeg. So I'm going to go into the normal cabinets. So this is their Brit Green 4x12 with the 800. So we go into the amps now. We'll go through here. I'll grab grab some high gain stuff. I'll grab the diesel. As you can see, all your settings are here. You have bass, gain, presence, volume, bass, mid, treble. That's pretty nice. thing called the Sonicake Pocket Master. This is what it looks like. That is how big it is. Comes in a little tiny box like this. 4 hours battery life, approximately. 9 effects modules at once. 100 high quality effects. Tuner. Looper. It's also a USB audio interface. And it's $70. It's literally this big. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Battery operated. And then we go to one of the good tones that I've programmed. Yeah. So you can go in here, you Bluetooth to your phone. Okay? Then you can go in and you can mess with all the effects. Here's the phaser. So you can go in here in the effects section and you can look at all the different effects they have. They have compressors, filters, boosts. Oops. There's a chorus, 2 different types of chorus. Unfortunately, I can't get my camera focused any more than it's already focused. It's being a pain in the ass today. The flanger, phaser, vibrato. It's got a tremolo, different types. Not only that, you can load your own IRs. You can load up to 5 of your own IRs. Plus, it has built-in cabinet models. These are 4x12 cabinets of Marshall, Bogner, Diesel, a Van Halen, which is either EVH or PV, I'm not sure, probably EVH. Soldano 4x12 and a dual rectifier 4x12. And then you have small speaker types, which are like a Tweed 1x8, Brit Green 2x12, Jazz 2x12. I'm guessing that's a Black Star 2x12. But this is all included. Not only that, it can load neural amp modeler, NAM, neural amp modeler. It can load their presets. So if you go, hold on, I'll give you an idea. If you come over here to, so this is Tone 3000. This is where you can download presets. So you can come in here and you can look up amp heads, or you can look up full rigs. These include cabinets and everything. So I'm just going to grab any one of these real quick. I'm going to grab a full rig. I'm going to grab the... I'm just looking for something kind of different that I don't already have in there. Oh, they modeled the Line 6 Spider. Isn't that great? This is the Nolly 5150. Let's see what this sounds like. So let's download it. Let's open it up. I'm going to take this real quick, and I'm going to just put it here on my desktop. Okay. Open up the Sonicake Manager. And we're going to go to 50. Oh, I'm not connected by a USB. Hold on. That's the problem. Hook this bad boy up real quick. So here it is. Now you can take the clone manager. Okay, we'll go down here to number 2. We'll import the 5150 full rig. And let's see what happens. Loads it up. Are you loading? It's taking its sweet ass time. Okay. So now if we go in here and we go to, if we go to the amp, oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's in the clone section. There we go. 5151. There's the 5150F. Load that. Well, let's get rid of these effects because we don't need that shit. That we're going to get rid of. The boost we're going to get rid of. have to say, for high gain tones, this thing is fucking killer, man. It blows my mind how good this thing is for $70. Is it comparable to an Axe FX or a Kemper? No. Quad Cortex? No. Helix? No. Does it sound good for $60? You're damn fucking right it does. It's amazing. So that's loading presets. Plus you have your IR manager. You can load in your IRs. This is your preset manager where you can go in and you can delete, export presets, grab presets from anywhere else and import them. You can do firmware upgrades. Right now I'm on the latest firmware. But yeah, this thing's pretty amazing, man. And this whole Tone 3000, it's pretty awesome. So here's their capture technology. Dude, for $70, man. And the fact that it's literally, the size of a small pedal. It's unbelievable. That's heavy as fuck. And I'm standard too. I haven't played this so long. Fuck around with that shit. Pretty amazing, man. This might be the best $70 I ever spent. Now, of course, I'm rarely going to use it because I have the Kemper and the Axe FX. But I can tell you this. I am 100% going to be fucking... And, dude, I mean, that's how big it is. It's literally that big. Unbelievable, dude. And it's got some crazy shit in it, too. It's got crazy presets. It holds 50 presets. It's got stuff for bass. That's obviously not bass, but... Another sound I would never use. That's terrible. They call that emo core. that tune low enough for you? I don't even know what I'm fucking tuned to. You can't even tell. So this guitar is 27 and a half scale. No, 27. And it's tuned D, A, D, A, D, yeah, D, F sharp, B. That is Caveman. Anyway, I just came on to talk real quick about this little bad boy. I was kind of lamb. Kind of lamb. Not really. So that's it. That is the Sonicake Pocket Master. See, these fucking cameras won't focus. What the fuck is wrong with these things? You got 50 presets that you can scroll through. If you got tiny feet, you can scroll through them while you're playing. That's if you got tiny feet. It's got a built-in tuner. Press both buttons. Goes into tuner mode. Press and hold for settings. I think that one's power off. Yeah, that shut down. So you can go here for the drum machine. And then that'll give you all the drum machine settings. It's not really a drum machine, it's just more like a metronome. Just a simple metronome. Press a button. That'll take you through your menu options. Press and hold to go back. There you go. So that is the Sonicake Pocket Master. Probably the cheapest, decent sounding modeler I've ever fucked with. It's amazing what you can get for the money. So there's a link in the description if you want to grab yourself one to check it out. Do that. Do it. Do it. All right. I'm out of here.